Welcome, everybody. I'm going to be doing a reading today, and it's going to be a message about whatever God has to say to us. When I was praying and meditating about what the Most High wants this reading to be about, I got a sense of togetherness, camaraderie, and learning how to be together, learning how to be while we're together, learning how to be our individual selves while we're together without feeling the pull towards needing someone else to be like us, or having a desire to be like someone else while we're together. How can we maintain our individuality while we're together? And when I asked Most High, what are the messages that you want to bring forward today, I get the carp, the meerkat, the Komodo dragon, and come together. And this deck, I tried to do this reading all day, and this deck had been on my mind. And I was like, well, I don't feel like one get it, so I'm just going to do it without it. But I was not able to actually record the video without having this deck. So I want to make sure that I'm giving you the messages that the Most High wants to give you. So let's go ahead and get started. Divine Mother and Father, Most High God, thank you so much for this moment in time, for this word, for this message. Thank you for allowing the viewers who are watching to receive messages designed by you specifically for them. Okay? Thank you so much for speaking to the viewer and touching their hearts and healing them in any way that you see fit. Thank you for allowing us to be here together and to receive this message. Thank you for your will. Thank you that this message will serve the highest and greatest good of us all. In your name, I thank you so much. So it is. Ashe. What messages do you have for the viewer? Dreams come true. All these are cups, heart chakra. And this is the Seven of Pentacles, awaiting results. Solar plexus and joy and stability again. This joy and stability card. 4, togetherness. The traditional 4 of Wands usually has a family on there and they're building. So immediately I'm feeling like some of you have these projects that you need to complete, right? Or something that you need to do. Something that you want to accomplish. And you may need someone else's help. You may need help, but you don't know how to ask for it. Or you may need help and you've asked for help before and help didn't come to you. And what I'm hearing is that everybody who rejects you is part of the plan. They're not part of the ones that were appointed to help you. And even though it may seem like, lots of heart energy. Even though it may seem like you've been left alone, you really have not, because your path, if you go ahead and start walking your path, you will find that you are going to be aligned with the people who are supposed to be helping you. I'm having a vision of these birds. I like to feed the birds. Yeah. Oh, did you hear that? Toot, toot, toot. I don't know if you can hear it with this mic. But I'm hearing I like to feed the birds, and what I'm getting a visual of are these two doves that are constantly fighting. I put the seeds out every day. And what these birds will do is they'll literally go over there and start fighting each other. And they fight each other and flap their wings and they peck at each other. They're two doves. And they have the seeds kicked down, spread out where they're not up there for all the other birds. And the doves, I've noticed that they are kind of notorious for fighting each other when they come up there. It's not the same as when the finches come or when the cardinals come. Those birds they can chill. They can eat together. They can give each other turns. But those doves, and that's kind of what I'm seeing as far as with some of you, and I'm sorry if this is if I'm offending you, but this message is meant to touch your heart and help you heal in some way. So I'm seeing like this energy of kind of like those birds, like when you have someone that approaches that can help you, you may tend to look at it as if it's not really help. You might not even be able to identify that this is someone, that the person that you're feeling the negative energy towards, or that you feel oppositional towards, this person has actually been sent to be some type of help to you. Some type of help to you. And the reason that this has happened is because you've been through situations before, of course, right, where you couldn't trust somebody. But the thing that really got you about the situation was that it was somebody that you thought you should have been able to trust, no matter what, hands down. Like whoever this person is, or whatever this relationship, or whatever this situation, or whatever this circumstance, it was something that you felt was solid, and it was something that you felt that you could depend on, but it actually ended up being the exact opposite. That person or that situation absolutely let you down, and because of that, you've been kind of scarred from it, but you might not really be aware that this is a wounding that is playing itself out, that this is a wound that you have obtained over time, and it's playing itself out. So you'll know that this reading, this message is for you if you have recently said to yourself, like, why does the same thing keep on happening? It's like I'm on a hamster wheel. It's like I'm on the Truman Show. You know, like, why? This has got to be a joke. Like, is the universe punking me? That's kind of the vibe. But it's not that. It's actually that you are experiencing such a deep wound in your soul because of this thing that has happened. And the wound was actually designed to create a space that will fill you up with love and to allow you to be a supernatural conduit of the Most High on a far superior level. And once you have figured out how to heal this pain that's inside of you, you will be that. Thank you, God. Messages. Superstar. I thought it was about to say supernatural because we just discussed supernatural. Superstar by Carl Thomas and Lost Generation by Big Crit. So I'm hearing, I feel like because these two songs came out, the Most High is really trying to speak to you through music. So maybe you might want to check those songs out. Big Crit go a little hard sometimes, so you might want to be careful with the cussing. But I really like a lot of his music. Superstar by Carl Thomas. This is really letting me know that God wants you to know that you are important and that you are made of the same things as the Stardust on the bottom of the deck. My words are powerful. Boundaries are necessary, and so is flow. Stress release, and I'm possible. So with words are powerful on the bottom of the deck. I see that what I'm channeling about you is true. There has been a lot of stress in the past about, asking for help, or learning how to ask for help, or being let down, betrayed in a very supernatural way, I see. So this betrayal wasn't just something that was tangible, something that you could really put your finger on. It was almost something that you couldn't really put into words, or when you got ready to say something or do something, it was not, it was not understood, and maybe you couldn't even understand, because I'm starting to feel like I'm losing my words in that moment while I was trying to explain this. But it may be something that you feel like you can't truly explain, but your soul felt the offense from it. Maybe you know exactly what happened, and you just, you don't want to deal with being with people. You want to be by yourself. You feel more trustful in yourself, by yourself, But boundaries are necessary, but so is flow. So yes, it's important to have boundaries and have healthy boundaries and establish them in such a way where people understand where not to cross, right? But it's also important for us to come together with this family group dynamic sometimes, or even for a relationship, because the come together card is the Two of Cups. And then the wishes come true. This 9 is a 9 of Cups, So this is Cups energy. You by Kendrick Lamar. You're not a bad person for speaking up for yourself. Yes, so this could have even been family who did this, and it really hurt you. A bridge over troubled waters. So You by Kendrick Lamar, if you listen to that one, I would suggest that you kind of take precaution when you listen to it, because when you realize the nature of the song and what's actually happening in the song, and how much pain is actually being, shared in that song, it can really open up some areas, of the shadow. It really does introduce someone to shadow work. This song, You by Kendrick Lamar. It's an older song. I would suggest watching the video here on YouTube, because it kind of hits different when you see him perform it. Yeah. So you may have had to set these healthy boundaries with people, family, friends, loved ones, or whoever the case may be. And there may be a sense of misunderstanding around that, where someone is maybe making you feel bad in a way for being firm on your boundaries. But I'm seeing at the bottom of the deck the power of love. Love is also letting people know, like, hey, I have to love myself enough to not accept this abuse anymore. Okay, I love myself enough to not accept any more of this abusive relationship, especially if you have told someone already, especially if you already let someone know, like, I don't like the way our relationship has been going. I don't like the way you have been treating me, or the way that I feel when I'm around you. Chosen ones do better because we know better. So you speaking up for yourself is a form of love, and it is a form of doing better, and because you know better. Okay? Robin Williams by CeeLo Green. So I hate that they do so much I hate that they do so much, what is the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word right now, but I hate that they won't allow me to say what I want to say because, well, let me say it. God, you guide my words. Your life is important. Let's start with that. Your life is important. And you deserve to be here just as much as anybody else. There may have been situations and circumstances where you lost a lot of your power and energy. You may have engaged in ritualistic exchanges of energy and you were left on E intentionally. And you may not realize that you were indeed engaging in ritualistic energetic exchanges because your goal was just to love. That's all you were focused on, to love and to be loved. That's all you really wanted. But you connected with someone who really did not have your best interests at heart, and they didn't care for you the way that they should have. But the reason why they didn't care for you the way that they should have is because they really honestly didn't know how to. I get in the energy of, asking a 5-year-old for their share of the bills. They might understand what you're saying, but realistically, are they able to? They lack the capacity and the means at 5 years old to fully help out on their share, on their own power. I'm not talking about child support or any other types of things. I'm talking about, are they able to contribute? And that's kind of the energy that I'm gathering from this person or situation. I'm gathering that they literally were like that 5-year-old. They literally just did not have it. They didn't have the love. They didn't have enough. Their love isn't long like yours. Their understanding isn't great like yours, and because of that, it has left you feeling alone. And that lonely feeling can sometimes make you feel like, well, maybe, but that's not true. You will be aligned with the people that are going to help you, not even just with your projects, but you're going to experience a fulfilling relationship, a fulfilling companionship. Spend time with family. So some of you may not even get along with your family, but with spend time with your family popping out the way that it did, I'm really gathering that you spending time with your family and learning how to accept them in an unconditional way is going to help you practice for these new relationships that are wanting to come in. You have to practice with your family unconditional love. Things are now resolving, miracles pouring in. See the divine in all things, including yourself. Divine intervention. Prayer does work, and iron sharpens iron. So don't dull your blade is what I'm hearing. You may not have iron around you at the moment, but don't dull your blade. There will be a suitable and acceptable match very soon, okay? Let's see what the angels have to say. Oh, lightning. Intuition. Protection. Clear and activate. Create your sacred space. So this is releasing a lot of that negative energy. and mindful wisdom create inner harmony. With the lightning, that is giving me a lot of fire and air energy. So a lot of your thoughts aligning with your actions, and being more aware of what it is actually that you are doing with the energy. Like, are you doing something that is harmful or helpful to help dissolve this energy? Are you afraid to move forward? And if that is true, if you are afraid, you're safe. You have to understand that your prayers are being answered, and you have to understand that you are safe. Even going through these challenges, you are safe. You are safe. And I'm going to pull from the Water Crystal Oracle, and then that's going to be it. Unless God has something else to say. What is the message? The final message, the final messages you have for the viewer. How can they overcome these blockages? I'm hearing to really redefine your thoughts. Really take inventory of your thoughts and think about how each thought gets to the next thing. Like, how are your thoughts affecting where you are right now and how you feel right now? Again, with more wisdom, mindful wisdom and wisdom. Wisdom brings happiness and power. I keep hearing The Power of Love in my head by Celine Dion. The Power of Love. Wisdom. And let's look at the crystals. So this is wisdom and happiness. And respect looks like, oh, they look very similar. So respecting what it is that you know. Respecting what it is that other people know. And respecting what it is that you don't know. And respecting what it is that you do know. You know? A healing crystal. This is release. Again, allowing yourself to not hold on to these situations and vibrations that are not helping you. Both of these crystals, the last and final one at the bottom of the deck, even says healing. And this is about the thymus. And oh, I could talk about the thymus. The thymus, when I think about the thymus, it always makes me think of 1 Corinthians 13. And the reason why I do is because that scripture talks so deeply about the resilience of a child's love. And even though other people might not see it that way, I just totally do. Because it speaks about, love and what it is and what it's not. And then it goes on to talk about a child. When I was a child, I thought as a child, I spoke as a child, but when I became a man, I put away that type of love. And I think that when we get older, we become brittle with the type of love that we're able to give and receive, because we have been let down by so many situations and circumstances that we don't really believe in it like we used to. And we don't forgive as quickly as we used to. When we were a child, when we were children, when we were young. I'm hearing that song now, When We Were Young. I feel like this has definitely got a lot, this reading has got a lot to do with a companion and a lot of bitterness around not having that companion. This crystal is for healing and release. And this one, let's look at what it looks like. This is thymus, happiness. These are some really beautiful crystals, And the Water Crystal Oracle, it always reminds me that our words do have power. Didn't we see that card today? Our words do have power. These words shaped each and every one of these crystals. The vibratory structure of those words shaped each and every one of these crystals. This is water. This is water. These are water crystals. So you have to remember that as you go through things, remember to speak life to yourself, because it absolutely is having an effect on your mind, on your body, on every drip drop of water that is pulsating through your body. And it's about 70% or more. So if you can't do anything else, try to speak good words. Don't allow yourself to fall into that mindset of saying mean things to yourself, okay? Because that's not going to help. Keep your blade sharp, okay? I hope this reading has found you in time and that it has helped you in some way. So until next time, take care.